starts at 11 a.m. at St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church at 1260 Davis Street in San Jose. More information at sanjosegreekfestival.com. Opa!
This is DJ Kurtzy, San Francisco Bay Area Region President at 5 Star Bank. 5 Star is a highly respected and award-winning community business bank serving clients in the San Francisco Bay Area. We offer
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Speaking of upper body commando, no shame in their game.
Oh, hit the bat, and then the bat hit the helmet. It's a trick shot.
The big kitty's here. Well, the therapy rabbit, you mean?
Oh! Error on Andy Rodriguez, the Pirates' first baseman. He was fairly camped underneath it.
It's pretty cold down here, and I needed a hat. I didn't have one, so Mr. Met lent me his.
Oh, nobody caught it! Boy, all sorts of communication issues between Rojas and Sosa.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Who were in the middle of their best streak of the year. So the Giants trying to turn this around against the same D-backs, and they'll have the veteran right-hander, 37-year-old Merrill Kelly, who has dazzled the Giants many times over the years. He'll be on the mound against the Giants' young right-hander, Landon Roop. I'm John Miller. Dave Fleming is back with me, and Dave is standing by with the anthem and then the lineups for the Giants and the D-backs, game 1 of the series, next.
Here's a real behind-the-scenes moment with Habas Law. Omar Habas said to us, "We meet people in the hardest moments of their lives. It's on us to restore dignity and a financial future. Traumatic brain injuries, loss of a limb, spinal cord damage, a life changed in seconds. When everything is on the line, choose the team that understands that. Habas Law, they fight to make it right. Visit habaslaw.com. Omar Habas is a California licensed attorney, offices in Northern California, including San Jose. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes."
At Belmont Pioneer, you'll find Marvin and True Style, brands respected for performance, flexibility, and design integrity. As one of the nation's largest displaying dealers, Belmont Pioneer gives you and your clients the chance to see the possibilities up close and choose with confidence. Visit the showroom on Harbor Boulevard in Belmont or learn more at belmontpioneer.com. Belmont Pioneer, products builders trust.
The future is not built on yesterday's tech. It's built with AirWallex, the AI native financial platform that sets the standard for what's next. That's why your San Francisco Giants have chosen AirWallex as their official financial software partner. So when big moments arrive, they can take big swings. AirWallex delivers real-time money movement, borderless payment acceptance, and intelligent spend controls, giving your business the speed, control, and visibility to outperform. AirWallex, build the future.
Stream the primary elections live on Fox Local on Fox One. Stay informed with breaking news, race updates, and results in real time. Fox One brings all your favorite Fox channels together. Stream now. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit fox.com.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Back here in San Francisco, Giants and the Diamondbacks coming up. Just a moment ago, the national anthem sponsored by El Camino Health, where togethering is the path toward healing.
With the performance of the national anthem, please welcome, from the Band of the Golden West, Senior Airman Jessica Batondo.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those two socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My two red socks, because, you know, there's two here.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Hard hit ball. Creedy gets up, but can't come down with it. Casey didn't know. He didn't catch it. The throw by Ozuna. Got it! Oh, yes! Sean Casey obviously thought Joe Creedy caught that baseball.
Now he recognizes his mistake. A 5-7-3 put out. It's the first time I've ever seen it.
Taken out of the game as a pitcher, but the Ohtani rule allows him to stay in as the DH. Ohtani, did he? Ohtani! Ohtani has done it again! His third home run! An all-time game for an all-time player. 3 homers. He makes it 5-0. 114
off the bat, and this one only 427.
The opposite way.
Yep, he's alive. He's back.
Against the Giants in a ballpark where he saw some games when he was playing his college baseball at Stanford. for Tommy Troy, the left fielder, batting ninth. The pitcher for the Diamondbacks is the veteran right-hander Merrill Kelly, who's had so much history against the Giants, including from just this past week. This will be his 23rd career start against the Giants. Meanwhile, speaking of, Giants take the field. Giants coming off the series win against the White Sox and trying to keep that momentum built. Giants have had a hard time sustaining their successes. I think it's an important week for the Giants to do that. Giants are 22-31. Fourth place in the National League West. Willie Adames, the shortstop, is going to hit leadoff once again. Luis Arraez, second baseman, to hit second. Casey Schmidt has just continued to hit the long ball. Schmidt in left field today, batting third. Rafi Devers at first base. He's the cleanup hitter. Matt Chapman, third baseman, and fifth place hitter. Daniel Susac doing the catching, hitting sixth. Bryce Eldridge back in there. The DH hits seventh. Harrison Bader in center field, batting eighth. And Drew Gilbert will start in right field with Jung-Hoo Lee still on the injured list. Gilbert batting ninth. Pitcher for the Giants, right-hander Landon Roop. So Roop goes here today. He's 5-4 with a 3.27 ERA. May has not been quite as good to him as April was, although he's coming off a start in Arizona in that heartbreaking loss for the Giants where he went 6 innings and only gave up the 1 run. So he pitched really well against the Diamondbacks. He'll try to duplicate that here today. A message sponsored by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Visit walkuplaw.com. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants. Umpires James Hoy behind home plate. He's the crew chief. Sean Barber at first. DJ Rayburn at second. And Steven Jashinsky is the umpire along the third base line. Big crowd will be here again today. A lot of folks still kind of making their way not just inside the ballpark but to their seats, grabbing a hot dog and maybe a cold one on this Memorial Day Monday holiday day game. The first of 3, Giants and the Diamondbacks. Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, very formidable top of the order for the D-backs against Landon Roop, who's ready to go for today's first pitch. Here's John Miller.
Dave, so nice to see you again. Welcome back to the USA.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Ketel Marte off to a very slow start this year until the last week. Suddenly he is red hot, and the Giants know all about it. First pitch from Landon Roop is a sinker way outside and high for ball 1. Roop, the right-hander, pitches, and a swinging strike on a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Lots of movement on that one. The leadoff batter is Ketel Marte, veteran, 32 years old, powerful. Now he swings and misses at a curve that bounces in the dirt. Strike 2. The leadoff batter is sponsored by Ayala, Morgan, and Bazard. When you've been injured in an auto accident, you don't just need an attorney, you need a heavy hitter. Contact Ayala, Morgan, and Bazard. In his last 8 games, he's had 17 hits. And there's a ball very high. So he is frightfully hot here of late. And he beat the Giants with a walk-off home run last Tuesday. Now a swinging strike 3. A high sinker. He strikes him out. And while he was in there, Roop was the one Giants pitcher who really handled Marte capably in that 3-game series in Arizona. It was only after he was out that Marte got it done. In that 8-game hitting streak, by the way, Marte with a .531 average and 12 RBIs. Now here is a cutter that snaps in there for a called strike to Corbin Carroll. Carroll, a young guy, 25 years old, extreme speed, but he also has power. 7 homers, 8 triples, and 12 doubles, and he takes up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carroll, .301 average and a .399 on base percentage. Now the windup. Roop pitches and a curve. He hangs it off the outside. First pitch was thrown at 2:06, 60 degrees. The time and temp, sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi, trade on anything, even the game. 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 the count. The right-hander Roop to the plate. Swing, and there's a high pop fly going down the left field line. Angling down the line after it is Matt Chapman, and into foul territory. Reaches up, and with his back to the infield, he makes the catch He was kind of looking up into the sky and arching his back and reaching back to make the catch. Not an easy play, and he kind of made it look easy. So 2 men down. And now Geraldo Perdomo, another guy. He's a young guy, 26 years old, who really blossomed in a big way last year. Had a 20 home run season and a .389 on base average. He's got speed. Now he takes a knee-high slider for a called strike. Now the pitch. And the changeup. That is a little bit low. Giants have the night game tomorrow, and then the finale, game 3 on Wednesday before they hit the road. Now here's one. Ooh, that's going to be challenged by Susac. Right at the knees. And we'll see.
Challenging the pitch.
We'll see what the ABS says about it. Here it is. And it just caught the outside corner. That's one of those pitches, Dave. I think that's an ABS call. I don't think that ever gets called a strike, or at least 95% of the time not called a strike before the ABS.
I do wonder, because Susac seems to be good at those kind of pitches that you're describing. He has experience at AAA with this system.
It goes back a while for him. Now a swing, and it's golfed foul by Perdomo as he went after that low changeup. And it ended up way out of the strike zone.
It's a brand new system for a lot of big leaguers, but Susac in AAA the last full year before this year had this a lot.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Slider. Ooh, that, and I called it a slider. I guess it's the harder pitch with the late break to it. The cutter, but it was off the outside. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a smash. Foul. Man, did he clobber that one 106 miles an hour off the bat like a laser beam, but he was a little out front of it. That 95-mile-an-hour sinker and a few feet foul when it landed just off the right field line. 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and a high drive to right, back into his left onto the warning track, into the corner goes Gilbert, and he makes the catch. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down. D-backs nothing. Giants coming up on the Liberty Group.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Important question isn't what if, it's what now. At Walkup Personal Injury Law, we've been answering that question since 1959. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Visit walkuplaw.com or call 866-WALKUP-LAW.
Save on your favorite flavors at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill. This week, members can take home large packs of Rayleigh's fresh 80% lean ground beef for $3.97 a pound, limit 2. No need to clip. Just enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now the Giants, Willie Adames leads off. Last of the first inning against the 37-year-old veteran, Merrill Kelly. And he pitches low and outside with a cutter. Ball 1. Kelly, most of his pitches are around the same speed, and that encompasses a sinker, a four-seamer, a cutter, and a changeup. Now he pitches, and he's a little bit low on the outside with a fastball. Now, that fastball was 91 miles an hour. The cutter just before that was 90.6. Now he winds the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a high pop fly, shallow center field. That is falling. It's falling, and it's in there. Base hit. Marte, the second baseman. Waldschmidt, the center fielder. They were the guys who were in hard pursuit, and neither one of them really got close to it. So a pop fly single for Adames.
For Ryan Waldschmidt, I mean, he was in hard pursuit, but after a really late start, and you wonder, it's his first time playing in this ballpark, whether he might have a few struggles here.
Well, that one caused him a little angst, I'm sure. There's a throw to first and diving safely back is Adames. The sun, by the way, we've had overcast all through the morning and up till near game time, but the sun is starting to peek through the cloudiness now, which is not good news if you're an outfielder or an infielder chasing a pop fly or just a fly ball. Luis Arraez, the hitter. Arraez opened up stance, left-handed batter, and he takes off the inside. Ball one. Arraez so far for the year, .320 batting average. 2 homers, 3 triples, 9 doubles. .363 on base average. 0-0 score. Runner at first. The pitch. And that is in for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was belled high right down the middle of the plate. Been a kind of a rough start to the year for Merrill Kelly. 4 wins, 3 losses, but a 5.71 earned run average. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul off to the left. And it is a ball and 2 strikes. Here's a check of who's on deck, sponsored by TimberTech. TimberTech decking and railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. And Casey Schmidt is out on deck for the Giants. 0-0. Runner at first. Nobody out. Last of the first inning. Arizona first baseman Jose Fernandez on the bag with Adames as Arraez fouls one back to the screen. That was the fastball. 92 mile an hour fastball. Up a little bit. The shortstop Perdomo is well over toward the middle. The third baseman Arenado is deep and almost over to shortstop. So nobody really near third base at all. Now the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. And he waited a little extra on that one as if he were trying to poke that one right through that wide open spot near third base. 1-2 the count. The D-backs around the infield. Fernandez at first. Marte at second. Perdomo at short. Arenado at third. Troy in left. Waldschmidt in center. Carroll in right. Here it is. Swing and a high fly ball deep in the left field, going back into his right. Troy. Now he circles over near the edge of the warning track and makes the catch. Arraez lofting one that was reachable for Tommy Troy. One away, and Casey Schmidt. Schmidt had a homer and 3 RBIs yesterday, and a homer and 3 RBIs Saturday against the White Sox. So a couple of homers and 6 batted in the last 2 days. He also had an RBI in the Friday game, so he had 7 RBIs here over the weekend. .296 batting average. Leads the Giants with 11 home runs and with 29 runs batted in. Now he takes a curveball in there for a called strike. So Schmidt just doesn't walk that often. .339 on base percentage. And his OPS is almost 900. 0-0 score. Now he swings, and it's a bounding ball foul on the third base side, right past Ron Woda, who again is the substitute third base coach. Hector Borg, back with his family in Puerto Rico after the death of his grandmother. And he is expected to be back by tomorrow night's game. 0-2 pitch, and a cutter off the outside. Keeps the ball down around the knees. 1-2. Kelly has allowed 8 home runs in his first 41 innings this year, so he's been susceptible to the long ball. About 1 homer every 5 innings on average. 1-2 pitch. And that's off the outside. And that's a big part of his game. He wants to throw pitches that look like they might be strikes or close to the strikes, and he wants hitters to swing at pitches that aren't strikes. And that one was a sinker with movement back to the plate, but still off the corner. 2-2 pitch. And that is outside and low with a slider. And it's a full count, 3-2. We'll keep an eye on Willie Adames, the runner at first. Fernandez, the first baseman, on the bag with him. The middle infield, double play depth. The set. He's not running. And there's a foul back over the screen into the crowd. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. Oracle Park, San Francisco. Willie Adames at first. 1 out. 3-2 the count to Casey Schmidt. Rafael Devers on deck. Now Kelly on top. The high set. Now the pitch. Swing and a ground ball down the third base side. Backhanded by Arenado. Turns. Throws to second for 1. The relay by Marte back to first. It's a double play. The Giants go down. 0-0 after 1. Arenado coming up.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Williams pops it up. Another one for Jeffers. Well, the best part about it is that he can actually try to smile a little bit.
Jeffries laughs at himself, and I think that's cool. Because I'm not laughing at his inability to catch the pop. And that's the way the game is. You have to be able to laugh at yourself a little bit.
$20,000. Fill your cart and cash in.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Well, it's the Taco Bell second inning. Stop by your local Taco Bell. Try their new Cantina chicken menu. And remember to live Moss. 0-0. Landon Roop on the mound today on Memorial Day for the Giants against the Dbacks. And Arenado leads off the second for Arizona.
Arenado. And he takes a curveball. And that is off the inside for ball 1. Tall, strong, right-handed hitter who has had a history of tormenting the Giants. Now he takes a called strike on the outside with a sinker. Arenado kind of rebounding after a couple of down years with the Cardinals. .274 batting average. Now here's a cutter. That's in for a called strike. Arenado, .349 on base percentage. His OPS is over 800. 7 homers, 27 driven in. Here it comes. Strike 3 called with a sinker, and he's going to challenge the call. And he's going to lose.
Arizona, the batter's challenging.
James Hoy making the announcement, and here it is on the scoreboard, and that is strike 3 and hit the top of the zone.
Arizona has 1 challenge remaining.
That was also weird. James Hoy allowed it, but that was a late challenge by Arenado. He threw his hands up and looked at the dugout and then turned around to Hoy and signaled challenge.
Well, if he hadn't allowed it, he still would have struck out, and they'd still have 2 challenges left. Now they only have 1. Here is Del Castillo. Ground ball to second. And there is Arraez. Plenty of time. And he throws out the left-handed batting Del Castillo, out number 2.
I wasn't complaining that he allowed it, but that was a weird one.
The umpires, I mean, it's a little bit subjective. They're supposed to make the signal for a challenge within 2 seconds. And is the umpire, he's not running a watch on it. Is he counting it? Here's a ball inside. So,
I mean, to me, just the gesture of kind of looking to your dugout and shrugging your shoulders, raising your hands, okay, that you can't challenge.
Well, that's a good point. That's the actual reason that you're supposed to do it almost immediately, or it's not to be allowed. There's a ball too low. It's not even so much that 2-second thing. It's looking somewhere else, like as if you're getting help from somebody. And there's a called strike. Whether you are or not, just the idea that it looks like you are should disqualify you from making the challenge. 2-1 to Ryan Waldschmidt. Who thought even a couple of years ago we'd be talking about the nuances of that kind of a rule? Here's the pitch. Curveball snaps in there. Strike 2 called. Yes, the challenge on that called strike. That was a little too late. Plus, he looked away from the umpire. 2-2 pitch. Curve taken off the outside by Waldschmidt. 3-2. Waldschmidt, 23-year-old out of University of Kentucky. First-round draft choice just a couple of years ago. 31st overall. Now the pitch. Curveball struck him out swinging. 6 in a row retired by Roop. 3 strikeouts. 0-0 with Devers, Chapman, and Susac coming up on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Giants fans know what it means to play with heart. Merck, Woman Heart, and the Giants are...
The Cubs are on fire and have turned 1060 West Addison Street, a.k.a. Wrigley Field, into the hottest address in baseball. This week, the Cubbies flew the W for the 15th straight time, their longest home winning streak since '08. And they're winning in dramatic fashion.
Dansby's going to score. The Cubs are going to walk off the red. 4-ball game. 3 straight walk-off wins in the series against Cincinnati.
At the center of it all is Nico Horner, flat out playing like the best second baseman in baseball. Shota Imanaga has been one of the game's best on the hill with a sub-2.5 ERA. With PCA doing PCA things in the field and a solid bullpen, this Cubs team looks built for the long haul. The NL Central has been baseball's toughest division. Will the Cubbies' home field advantage be the difference in the chase for the division crown?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
And 680.
Well, the Washington Nationals will be here the next Giants homestand, June 8th through the 10th. Plan ahead, sfgiants.com/tickets.
Giants will come home from Chicago to play the Nats, who are really a rising and fun-looking team. A lot of excellent young talent. They've been in a rebuilding for a bit. Starting to pay off now. There's a called strike to Rafael Devers. 0-0 score. Now a check swing and accidental foul off to the left. That one ran up and in as Devers started to lean away from it. And the ball inadvertently kicked off the bat, foul. Quickly 0-2 now to Devers. He's swinging the bat really well here lately. A grand slam yesterday. Here it is. Very high from Merrill Kelly. Now the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Outside with a changeup. Devers so far in the month of May with a .934 OPS. 5 homers, 14 batted in. Now he swings and fouls one back to the screen. Had a pretty good rip on that cutter. Out over the plate. 2-2 the count. He's also facing a pitcher. Merrill Kelly got off to a horrendous start, but in his last 3 starts, he's been like his old self. He's been excellent. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a bouncer to second. Ranging over to his left on the edge of the outfield grass. Marte picks it up and throws him out. 1 away. Kelly, after 4 starts, had a 9.95 earned run average. Ooh. Even I got a chill on that one. But since then, he's gone 3-0 with a 2.05 earned run average. Matt Chapman, the hitter, 0-0 score, last of the second. And Kelly to the plate. Chapman takes a called strike. 0-1. Merrill Kelly, who last year ended up being traded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high pop-up. First baseman down the line. Now the wind starts blowing it around, and coming down the line and taking charges, Fernandez, and stepping in between the catcher, Moreno, and the pitcher's mound. He makes the catch, and it wasn't easy. And he was riding to the rescue of Moreno, the catcher, who was going to have a terrible time on that one. Kelly last year ended up being traded to the Texas Rangers at the trade deadline right at the end of July. Now the pitch and a high pop-up by Susac. Shallow right field. Out is Marte, the second baseman. He gives way to the right fielder Carroll, who makes the catch. That's a very quick inning for Merrill Kelly. 0-0 after 2 on the.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Listen to Giants baseball on your smart speaker. Just say play KNBR.
0-0 as we go to the third inning this Memorial Day, and throughout America's 250th year, baseball honors those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Learn how you can support military families at MLBtogether.com. With the play-by-play for the third, Dave Fleming.
Thank you, John. MLBtogether.com. Very worthy, so check it out if you have a free moment today on this Memorial Day. Strike one to Moreno on a first pitch breaking ball. Now the 0-1. Moreno hammers one to center field. Bader going back, still going back, and he's on the warning track at the wall. It's gone. Up into the Diamondbacks bullpen in right center field. The third home run of the year for the Diamondbacks catcher, and that's the first run of the game. So the first hit, the first base runner scores the first run. A solo home run. 1-0 Diamondbacks.
And the wind, checking the flags out in right center field, was blowing out. Maybe the wind gave that one a little bit of a push, at least the way Bader was going after it. I think he thought he had a beat on it, had a chance to catch it at first.
Now a curve that is called a ball. Roop staring into James Hoy, the home plate umpire. He thought that was a strike, and if the Giants had challenged, they would have won. That was a strike. Called a ball. 1-0 to Fernandez, who's got power. Now a called strike on a sinker over the outside. 1-1. Yeah, Bader definitely looked like he thought he was going to have a chance to make a play. Here's a swing and a miss on a cutter. Strike two. It's always hard for us to predict. The flags can show one thing, and a ball in the air can get impacted differently than the flags might indicate. But just based on that one, it definitely seemed like, if anything, that fly ball got a little extra, got a push. Now a sinker outside. 2-2.
He did, on the other hand, hit it really hard, and I agree with you. It is really hard to say because the ball will tend to swirl around in here.
2-2, got him swinging. He got him to chase the curveball for the fourth strikeout of the game so far for Landon Roop.
Or the wind will tend to swirl around and do something a little bit different than what the flags are indicating.
The solo home run, and it's 1-0 Diamondbacks. Here's Tommy Troy playing his second big league game. 24 years old, right-handed hitter. He takes strike one from Roop.
Yesterday we had the wind blowing out toward McCovey Cove early, and then it shifted in the middle of the game. That prevailing wind in from right across toward left.
Roop misses outside with a sinker.
And with the wind blowing toward left, that's when Devers hit his grand slam out to left.
Here's a ball way outside. A curveball misses. 2-1. Giants won yesterday. Kind of a wild game and took the series from the White Sox 2-1. Now behind 1-0 to the Diamondbacks, and Roop misses way inside with a cutter. 3-1. So he's all over the place with Tommy Troy at the plate. This has happened to Roop in the past. I don't know what it is about the ninth place hitter. Roop sometimes has his biggest struggles against the guy batting ninth. Here's a swing and a ball top foul.
That kind of reminds me of our old friend Tim Lincecum. Seemed to have that sort of confounding issue from time to time.
Now, what happened? One of the pads from Tommy Troy's helmet maybe came out. And I'm not sure what that was that he ran over and tossed to the Diamondbacks dugout. 3-2 the count. Tommy Troy played his first big league game yesterday and hit 2 doubles. That's a pretty good debut. 3-2 the pitch. Curveball is hammered to left field down the line, hooking into the corner, and it is foul. Troy was flying around the bases thinking that he'd either gone deep or hit another extra base hit. Instead, it was fouled by about 5 feet. Hit the net just to the foul side of the foul pole. That was close. It was a low curveball, and that was not a hanger, and yet he was on it. That might motivate a little different pitch selection here from Landon Roop. Another 3-2 is hit just very softly foul on the first base side. That was a sinker, and he might have broken his bat. Sounded like it.
Tommy Troy, he's only 24 years old. Not a big guy, but he's got some pop. Out of Stanford, and he was a first-round draft choice just 3 years back. And pretty highly thought of. He was the 12th overall player chosen in that draft.
A lot of pressure when you're in that. That draft has produced a ton of good big league players, a ton. And Tommy Troy, among all the players picked sort of near the top of that draft, he's kind of the last one to get to the big leagues. So,
Tommy, what are you waiting for, man?
He's on a normal timeline in a normal group. All right, he's got a new bat in the box. 3-2. Roop pitches. And a little bloop into right field. That's a base hit. Hustling in is Gilbert, and he'll scoop it up near the foul line. That'll keep Troy at first, but he's got another hit, his third already in a game +1 at bat. It definitely looks like a simple approach at the plate for Tommy Troy. He is the prototype, man. The Diamondbacks, they just love players who look like that. Corbin Carroll size, Ketel Marte size, Tommy Troy size. It's like their whole team is made up of players who kind of look the same. Now from the stretch, Marte takes outside ball 1.
Well, and they had a couple of other burners there for a while. I think both of them have been traded away now. Jake McCarthy and Alec Thomas, who came up around the same time as did Corbin Carroll.
Here's a swing and a miss by Marte. That was a changeup, 1-1. They have a type, the Diamondbacks do.
Some teams don't in the first round especially, they don't want to take a guy who's 5'9".
It's worked for the Diamondbacks. 1-1 pitch, and that one's lined into center field. Another hit. Going to second and stopping there, Troy. Marte's got his first hit. So Landon Roop just breezed through the first 2 innings, and now here in the third, he's given up a home run and back-to-back singles with 1 strikeout in between the home run and the first of those singles. Now Corbin Carroll comes up. He's been the best hitter for the Diamondbacks overall. And he's one of the best players in the National League. So this is a pressure spot here for Roop, who just doesn't look as sharp for whatever reason. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch. Carroll takes a strike. High sinker. It's 0-1. Carroll's also a very tough guy to double up. It's a spot where Roop would like to get a ground ball. 0-1 pitch. Carroll lines this one to left, and that is going to get down for another hit. Schmidt plays it on a bounce and fires into the cutoff man Chapman. Troy goes to third and stops there. That's 3 consecutive hits. Bases are loaded for the Diamondbacks. The 4th hit in 5 hitters here in the inning. And the pitching coach Justin Message is coming out. Corbin Carroll just kind of reached out and poked a sinker into left. Only 1 run in so far with all the offense for the Diamondbacks here. So Roop still has a good chance to limit the damage, but a Habas Law mound visit with everybody coming together on the mound. Pitching coach, all the infielders, the catcher Susac. Try to help Roop get through this with Geraldo Perdomo, the hitter. Next homestand, we were talking about the Nationals coming in over the weekend. Sunday, June 14th is the Hello Kitty giveaway day presented by EVA Air. Giants and the Cubs. sfgiants.com/Hello Kitty. It's a plush keychain giveaway. Check it out. All right, meeting over. Roop's going to go for the windup with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Perdomo takes a strike. First pitch, curveball. Perdomo's been off to a slow start, but this is a guy who the last couple of years he's been one of the best players in the league. Very dangerous in a spot like this. 0-1. Perdomo takes strike 2. Cutter at the knees. It's 0-2. Perfect pitch. Now let's see if Roop can execute in a 2-strike count. The 0-2 is strike 3 called on the inside. He threw the front hip sinker where it looks like to the left-handed hitter it's going to come right to that hip, and then it snaps back to the corner. Just a beautiful pitch, 2 down. That's as good as you could throw that one.
Greg Maddux-like.
Logan Webb-like.
And it really was.
But now Arenado. He goes around, tried to hold up on a changeup, strike one. Well, Arenado against the Giants just last week in Arizona hit a grand slam. Now he's up with the bases loaded and 2 down here in the third. 1-0 Diamondbacks. The pitch. That is, call the ball, a sinker that was up. Maybe it was too far up. That was close, though. 1-1 to Arenado. From the windup, here's the pitch. That one outside. Arenado takes the cutter. 2-1. Arenado, man, for a couple of years, as he's gotten later in his career, he's always been an aggressive hitter. He was swinging at everything. He's locked it in, more patient right now. 2-1 is outside. 3-1. Well, Arenado gets some credit here. He's not chasing. Roop, this needs to be a strike. Not a comfortable spot. 3-1. That is strike 2. He threw a cutter. Arenado was looking for something else. Well, this is a very big moment in this game. We're only in the top of the third inning. Bases loaded, 2 down, and a full count to Nolan Arenado. 3-2 pitch is lined foul down the left field line. Man, a sinker, and Arenado was on it, but he pulled it foul. 3-2. That far out in front of the sinker, it makes you wonder if he was geared up, maybe even for something else. Roop wants to do baseball, so tosses that one out of play. Climbs up top, gets the sign he wants from Susac. Working from the windup, Landon Roop. Another 3-2 pitch. Arenado hits a fly ball, shallow right. Gilbert coming in. Devers going out. Devers into foul ground. Makes the catch over the shoulder style. Rafi Devers, that was a heck of a play with a wind pushing it. The sunshine during the day game.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Gorman ahead in the count. Cardinals down 5. Swing and a drive. That's a mammoth shot for Gorman. A long home run over the bullpen.
That was a pretty easy swing by Gorman, and that ball went way over the Cardinals bullpen in right field. He has tremendous power.
Get a good pitch to hit. When you do, don't miss it. Nolan didn't.
443-foot shot by Nolan Gorman all over it. Deep right field for Gorman. He got all of it.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Build the future.
Where there's baseball, there's Budweiser, the official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. For 150 years, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Strike one to Bryce Eldridge. Merrill Kelly puts a fastball right on the outside corner. Last of the third, Giants behind now 1-0. Kelly pitches. Eldridge fouls one straight back towards us. He had a cutter that got just in on his hands. Had a pretty good swing, but now he's behind in the count. 0-2. Coming to you live from the Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. 1-0 D-backs. Eldridge, the DH today, and he takes it low. A curveball down. 1-2. Eldridge, Bader, and Gilbert. Giants have 1 hit so far. That was a Willie Adames single in the first inning. Diamondbacks got 4 hits in the top of this third, including a home run, and scored 1 run. Now a pitch high, 2-2. Eldridge is definitely looking more comfortable at the plate. He's seeing the ball better. The results have started to follow. 2-2 pitch is strike 3 called, and I think he knew it. That was a sinker, almost like that Landon Roop sinker, where it must have looked like it was going to be off the plate inside, and then it came back to the inside corner for a strikeout for Merrill Kelly. 1 down, and here's Bader. First pitch from Kelly. Bader takes inside, ball 1. A 93-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. Bader still got the low batting average from his really, really slow start when he wasn't healthy. But since coming off the injured list, he's been much more like his normal self. He's got 5 home runs now. Here's a called strike on the outside. I don't think he really agreed with that call, a slider, but he did not challenge. 1-1. 5 home runs, including 2 grand slams for Bader. Takes this one, and that's a strike. Similar spot. 1-2. Similar spot, different movement. That's what Merrill Kelly does. Mixes and matches, uses all his weapons. 1-2 pitch is pulled on the ground toward third. Backhanded by Arenado from foul ground. Slings one across his body all the way to first in time. 2 outs. Vintage Nolan Arenado there. That was a good play. 2 down for Gilbert. Giants have a soccer jersey giveaway coming up on the next homestand. Saturday, June 13th. First 20,000 fans get a soccer jersey presented by StubHub. Giants will celebrate Fiesta Gigantes. You get the World Cup this summer. SFGiants.com/Fiesta. The pitch. That's low, ball 1. That's a Saturday start, and I think it's a 7:05 start time, which I can't remember a Saturday start that late in recent years. Why not? Summertime. 1-0 pitch. Gilbert takes ball 2. 2 down, nobody on for Gilbert, hitting 9th and playing in right field. Giants are hopeful that Jung-Hoo Lee is going to be back when his time on the injured list is up. 2-0 pitch. That is a strike. 2-1.
That game of the Cubs, that must be a Fox television kind of a thing. A lot of Saturdays they have prime time telecasts.
2-1. Gilbert hits a soft roller to second. Marte gobbles it up and throws out Gilbert. Giants go down in order. Merrill Kelly is pitching well. No shock against the Giants. We go to the 4th.
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead. Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly. Gone! How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the 6th.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball. Man, did he hammer that thing. That was 3/4 of the way up those seats out there in right center field.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai Cubs.
These are Thai Cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
1-0 Diamondbacks, and we go to the fourth inning on this Memorial Day Monday. It'll be Del Castillo, who is today for Arizona hitting fifth, and Waldschmidt and Moreno against Landon Roop, who had a very tough third inning but only gave up the one run. From the windup, Roop's first pitch of the fourth is right there for a called strike. 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Pitch number 58. Roop is in a pattern here, and May hasn't been as dominant as April was. He misses outside, 1-1. And it's not to say that Roop hasn't been effective for good chunks of the month. He has. He's coming off a great start down in Arizona. 1-1 pitch, down and away, 2-1. But he has not been efficient with his pitch counts lately. It's costing him chances to go deeper into games. He did finish 6th on the last road trip, that series we were just talking about in Arizona. 2-1 pitch. That is ball 3, up and away. A cutter.
He just had a 30-pitch third inning, and most of them under duress.
Here's his 3-1. That's way inside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk after the 30-pitch inning to Del Castillo. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, we were following the game in Baltimore just because it was such a crazy game. It was 1-0 Rays against the Orioles. The Orioles scored twice in the 7th. Rays scored once in the 8th to tie it up. So it was 2-2. Nobody scored in the 9th. They went to the 10th. Nobody scored in the 10th. The pitch. And this one is off the inside for a ball. The Rays then scored twice in the 11th. The Orioles answered with 2 runs in the bottom of the 11th. The Rays scored a run in the 12th. The Orioles tied it with a run in the bottom of the 12th. The pitch. That is a strike over the outside to Waldschmidt, 1-1. And then in the 13th inning, the Rays scored 2 more runs in the top of the 13th. The Orioles came back in the bottom of the 13th and scored 4 times, including a 2-run walk-off home run from Colton Cowser. Here's a pitch that's going to be challenged, called a ball. Susak.
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
Is challenging this one.
Good challenge.
Susak's he's on a pretty good run with these. He's got a good idea.
San Francisco has 2 challenges remaining.
James Hoy doesn't even bother to say call was overturned. He just figures everybody sees it. Instead of 2-1, it's 1-2. That's a big pitch.
That's a couple of times, I think, right on that same spot that Susak has successfully challenged.
Here's the 1-2. Waldschmidt takes outside, 2-2 with a curve. So the Orioles end up winning that game in 13 innings, 9-7 over the Rays. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets Waldschmidt with the cutter. Second time he has struck out Ryan Waldschmidt. And that's his 6th strikeout of the game. Moreno, who homered his last time up, is going to come up here. We'll pause for station ID on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball.
Double play!
KNBR and KNBR-FS San Francisco, the sports leader.
Moreno shows a bunt. I don't think he really intended to bunt. Pulls the bat back and takes strike 1. Home run to right center field last time up. The only run of the game so far. Diamondbacks 1, Giants nothing. Top 4. Dave Fleming, John Miller, Darren Chan, our producer-engineer. Giants baseball on Memorial Day Monday. Now a curve. Swung on it. Missed. Strike 2. Nasty. Beautiful day in the Bay Area. Lots of sailboats, yachts, power boats, kayaks out on McCovey Cove. Now time at home plate by the hitter. You can see the peak of Mount Diablo from where we sit, so it's clear enough to see all the way across deep into the East Bay. Palm trees up above left field. Behind the bleachers are swaying in the early summer breeze. And a big crowd here for game one of a 3-game series. 0-2 the count. Roop pitches. Moreno takes high. A 4-seam fastball. That Roop, in very much the same way that Logan Webb has incorporated that pitch, he started to use that a little bit more often as a put-away pitch, which is different than most of his repertoire. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the curve. It also sets up the curveball again. So Roop with the strikeout.
On this Memorial Day, Major League Baseball and the San Francisco Giants are proud to participate in the National Moment of Remembrance as we pause to honor the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. We ask that you please join us now in this moment of silence as a unified expression of gratitude to the heroes who lost their lives while protecting the freedoms that we enjoy today. Thank you.
Well, it's a nice thing that Major League Baseball does across the game, as close to 3 o'clock local time as every club can manage it. A national moment of remembrance. And now we get back to baseball. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Landon Roop will climb back on top of the mound. 2 down, runner at first. Jose Fernandez, right-handed hitter with power. The pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. He's got the good curveball going in this inning. He's got the swing and miss stuff going. Roop, 7 strikeouts already. He and the Giants are behind 1-0. Fernandez used his timeout. Diamondbacks like to use their batter timeouts early in the count. That's kind of a pattern with them. 0-1 pitch. Curve swung on and missed. Strike 2. Must be some group discussion about when to use your timeout, because the Diamondbacks do it differently than most teams, most hitters. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That is hit foul, and I don't know. I have no idea how Jose Fernandez even got a piece of that. That was the most emergency swing of all time. That was a curve, and that's the worst swing that Jose Fernandez has ever made in his baseball life, and somehow he stayed alive. 0-2. Sinker just misses away. 1-2. Takes skill to have a swing that bad and still hit it foul. Live to see another pitch. The 1-2. Bounced softly. First base side. Devers off the bag to backhand it. He'll run over to first himself for the putout, and Landon Roop works around that leadoff walk. Couple of strikeouts, no runs. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park, and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right, right on a cliff.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Unreliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
This is Larry Flick, owner of The Floor Store. Our Memorial Day sale is on now. Get up to 50% off store-wide, 2 full years free financing, plus we pay your sales tax. Visit floorstores.com for directions. The Floor Store, your Bay Area flooring authority.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Willie Adames for the Giants against Merrill Kelly. Adames takes strike one right on the outside corner with a curveball. 1-0 Diamondbacks, bottom of the fourth, second time through now for the top of the order for the Giants. Adames, Arise, and Schmidt. Kelly throws. He misses well off the outside with a curveball. He went back to the curve after getting called strike one. And maybe not a terrible idea. Adames would not chase, though. It's 1-1. Adames has the only Giants hit so far. He pulls this one foul. He was out in front of a slider. And really, it was just a little bloop that fell in right center field. Giants have not had hard contact at all against Kelly so far through the first 3 innings. They're behind 1-0. 1-2. Down and away with a curve. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Off the inside. 3-2. Changeup. Good job by Adames. Kelly thrives. He's made a career out of getting hitters to swing at those pitches, those borderline, but pitchers' pitches. Adames took that one. 3-2. And that is ball 4. He took it again. Now Moreno's going to challenge. I thought that was inside. Moreno is challenging.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
This is huge. This is a difference of a walk or a strikeout. I think Adames was right, and he was. That one off the inside corner.
Arizona has no challenges remaining.
Diamondbacks are out of challenges for the rest of the game, and it's a leadoff walk. Good job by Adames there, because those were tough pitches. I think Merrill Kelly would say those were exactly the pitches he wanted to make. And Adames just wouldn't bite. So now Arise, who flied out to left field his first time up. He takes this one on the outside corner. Strike one called. A changeup. Fewest strikeouts of anybody in the game of regular players. Lowest strikeout rate. Now a throw to first. Adames dives back safely. Luis Arise. The leaderboard update. Sponsored by Bank of America, proud sponsor of the Junior Giants, helping inspire tomorrow's leaders on and off the field. Not a lot of walks, but so few strikeouts. 198 at bats, 9 strikeouts, 13 walks drawn. Here's a ball. Fastball misses. 4-seamer. It's 1-1. It's a guy who last year, Arise put down a lot of sacrifice bunts. He has not done it very much this year, although I say not. He had 4 sacrifices. 1-1. He hits this one down the left field line. Out of play, foul. 1-2. Adames has stayed pretty close at first base. Gabriel Moreno, the catcher, he's got a really good arm. It's hard to run against Kelly and Moreno. Casey Schmidt waiting on deck. 1-2 to Arise. Kelly throws, and Arise fouls another one off to the left out of play. It's amazing. Sarah Langs had the note today about Casey Schmidt. Casey is 11 home runs, already one away from his career high, 12 in a single season, but that's not the notable aspect of it. 1-2 pitch. Arise takes high, 2-2. Schmidt's 11 home runs. He's hit a home run playing 5 different positions this year. He's hit at least 1 home run as a first baseman, as a second baseman, as a third baseman, as a left fielder, and as a DH. Before Memorial Day, 2-2. Arise yanks one foul. He hooked it down the first base line. Adames had started there, but didn't think he got a good jump, so he held up. The last Giant in a full season homering at 5 different positions was Alvin Dark back in 1953. Giants player and then future Giants manager. Now a drive by Arise to right field. Carroll sprinting back, and he will reach up and not catch it. It's off his glove. Adames around second, heading for third. Arise into second, the relay, and he's safe. Arise with a foot first slide, the tag from Perdomo. Diamondbacks are going to look at this one because that was real close. I thought he was going to be called out. As of now, it's a double for Luis Arise. Got it just beyond the reach of Corbin Carroll. And the Diamondbacks are not going to challenge. So the Giants are set up. Carroll was playing in. Most outfielders play pretty shallow with Arise up there. He got back and got his glove on the ball and almost made a snow cone catch, but the ball popped out. Carroll then grabbed it, hit his cutoff man. The relay was made, but Arise somehow made it in safely. I don't know how. It was close. So now Schmidt, he fouls the first pitch down the right field line. Strike one. Good spot here for the Giants. Nobody out. Second and third down 1-0, but set up to tie the game, and they hope more. If they really play it well situationally, they could get 2 home and take the lead without another hit. 0-1. Merrill Kelly to Schmidt. The pitch. Off the inside, 1-1. This is where Casey's improved patience at the plate usually really pays off. Kelly wants him to chase, wants him to expand, hit something weakly, swing and miss. The 1-1. Schmidt swings and misses. That was a hard slider, diving down and away, and I don't think that was a strike. It was a good pitch. 1-2. So now Schmidt, who wants to put the ball in play. The infield is back. The Diamondbacks ground ball anywhere on the infield other than a comebacker is going to score the tying run. The 1-2. Schmidt, did he go? Yes, he did. The home plate umpire said he swung. Strike 3. That pitch was not close to a strike. And Schmidt is really unhappy that the umpire didn't ask for the appeal. James Hoy made the call himself. Casey, I mean, that was, it's hard to argue with the call of a swing. And we were giving Casey credit for not chasing. He just went way out of the strike zone there. So now 1 out. Situation changes a little bit for Devers, who takes down and in, blocked by Moreno. That's where the strikeout hurts so much because, and it's a similar spot here. The Diamondbacks have kept the middle infield back. They're playing it pretty conservatively. But it definitely amps up the pressure on the scenario. Second and third, nobody out. Now second and third, 1 out. Arenado well off the line at third. The pitch. Devers hits a high drive right center field. Carroll way back, still going back, and it's over his head. 1 hop up against the wall. Adames in to score. Arise flying around third, and he'll score. 2-1 Giants on a booming double off the bat of Devers. Corbin Carroll, one of the fastest guys in the big leagues, just kept going and going and could not get there. That wasn't even the full throttle swing from Devers, and he squared it up. That was really impressive, just pure strength. 2-1 Giants. He was out on his front leg and still hit the ball 104 miles an hour, and a ball that carried way out there into deep, deep right center field. A home run in many, many ballparks. Here, a 2-run double. 397 feet of carry on that one. So Rafi Devers with another big hit. He's had a lot of those for the Giants lately. 2-1, still only one out. A Habas Law mound visit from the Diamondbacks pitching coach. That's Brian Kaplan. So the top of the order set the table. Devers drives him home, and now Chapman rather. Giants can make this a big inning. First pitch to Chapman is fouled back. He had a good pass at it. Strike one. Long way to go in this game, but the Giants now have their first lead of the day. Susac on deck. Chapman popped out in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1, and he popped out on the very first pitch he saw. He takes this one for a called strike 2 on the outside. The problem with that, when you have your first at bat of the game and you go down quickly, is you haven't seen the full repertoire from the batter's position of the guy you're facing. 0-2. The pitch. Chapman hits another pop-up behind first, angling back Marte from second, and he will catch it going toward the foul line. 2 down. Chapman's 0 for 2, and he's popped out both times. So now Susac comes up with 2 down and 2 runs in. Susac's had a lot of big hits for the Giants in spots like this. Daniel still getting his feet wet as a big leaguer. He's still not had that many at bats. He's had 46 at bats total. But he's had 9 runs batted in, 3 doubles and a triple. Hasn't hit a home run yet. The pitch. He swings and misses. He loves the first pitch, and that he is going to have to. Pitchers know that now about him. And he's going to have to be cognizant of that, because I think he's going to see a lot of first pitches out of the strike zone. The 0-1. Susac swings and misses again. Another slider. It's 0-2. Daniel asks for time, steps out, takes a deep breath. Now back in the batter's box. With the count 0-2, Eldridge on deck. The pitch. Susac hits one on the ground, foul. He got kind of tied up there by a slider. Pulled it just wide of the bag at third. 2 runs in for the Giants here in the 4th. Adames with the leadoff walk, Arise with the double, and then the 1-out 2-run double from Devers. Still 0-2. Kelly throws. Susac takes that slider down and away. So not that time. Daniel, who's talked a lot about the changes he made this offseason to kind of tighten up, simplify his swing. Figure for a spot like this. 1-2 pitch. He swings and misses on a changeup. Strike 3. So Kelly gets him. And the inning is over. But the Giants score 2 and take the lead. We'll go to the 5th. 2-1 Giants on the Liberty Group. Protect.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay.
Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Appliance in Pleasant Hill or at Friedman'sAppliance.com.
Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Inning number 5, and now the Giants in the lead for the first time, 2-1. Landon Root back on the mound, and back to tell you all about it. Here's John Miller.
All about it. Here is the pitch to Marte batting. This is not it says Marte up in the screen, but this is Troy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Marte's out on deck. Here's the pitch now. I guess you found me out now, Dave. I'm not even watching the game. I'm just looking at the scoreboard. Tommy Troy. And now his strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-handed hitter. He swings and hooks one, couple of hops right to short. Adames with a high throw over the head of Devers at first and into the dugout. Wow. So it's a 2-base throwing error by Willie Adames, and a runner at second and nobody out, with the big hitters at the top of the order coming up.
Well, that's bad. There's no good time for that, but with the thump at the top of the order, a particularly bad time. Adames, it's like he trapped the ball in his glove and maybe hit a finger while he was fielding it.
Well, that may be a good assessment of what happened. Here's a flare into shallow left field, racing in and not getting there. Schmidt, and it drops in front of him and skips by him. Coming around to score is Troy to tie the game immediately. Man, he was going for the catch on that, and the inexperience in left field showed up as the ball dropped just in front of him, where he did not have a chance to knock it down. And it scored as a double and an RBI for Marte. So a couple of lapses on defense for the Giants in short order here, and the D-backs have a run home and a runner at second and nobody out. Corbin Carroll, he drives one into center field deep. Back into his left goes Bader. Onto the warning track, reaches up and makes the catch. Marte went back, tagged up, and he'll go over to third. So Carroll very aggressively. First ball swinging, and he got one right down the middle. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and he hit it hard. So now the D-backs threatening to go back ahead, 2-2 in the 5th inning. And here is Geraldo Perdomo. The Giants bring the infield in, and the Giants, they're going to appeal at second that Marte left too soon. And the throw back by Roop to Adames, and the umpire at second, DJ Rayburn, spreads the palms flat. No, he did not leave too soon. Got to be with a foot on the bag until the ball hits the glove of the outfielder before you can start to move up. And apparently that's the way he did it. Here's the pitch inside. There's a throw to first, rather to third by Susac. Diving safely back is Marte. Ball 1 to Perdomo. He's a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Has flied out deep to right and struck out looking. And the windup. Root pitches low and in. 1-1 the count. That one bouncing in the dirt.
I went back on the research app and used the high home fixed camera look and tried to look closely, and I think the umpire was right. I don't think he left early.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. Good work, Dave.
That's the extent of my investigative journalism for the day.
They first gave us access to that during the pandemic when we had to do every game from the broadcast booth here when they were traveling. A swing and a base hit to right field. Well, he was sitting on that curveball, and he ripped it right through the hole between first and second. That brings Marte home, and the D-backs are back ahead 3-2. And here is Arenado. Arenado, who has struck out and fouled out to first. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, the Reds leading the Mets 7-2, last of the 7th in New York. Tyler Stevenson has a 2-run homer in that game for Cincinnati. Now a swing and a line drive foul down the left field line by Arenado. 1-1 the count to the longtime Giants nemesis. Yankees beat Kansas City 4-3 at Kauffman Stadium. Hill got the win. The Yankees got 2 in the 9th to come from behind to win that one. Now here's a called strike, and it's 0-2. Anthony Volpe hit a 2-run single to knock in the tying and winning runs. Pirates beat the Cubs 2-1. How about the Cubs? Their 9th loss in a row. Ooh. 2-strike pitch, topped foul off to the left on a curveball.
Hard to believe considering how hot they were early in the year.
Well, they were 29-16 9 games ago and have not won since. Dotel got the win over Thornton. Henry Davis hit a late game home run in the 7th, and that was the winning run for the Pirates. Throw to first by Roop. Back to the bag standing is Perdomo. Nationals just have jumped ahead of the Guardians 3-0 in Cleveland. That's at the end of the first half inning in that one. 0-2 the count. There goes the runner with a huge jump, and the ball is grounded sharply to third. Chapman will throw to first. No chance to get the force out of Perdomo. Perdomo must have been 40 feet off of first base at the point where Roop finally broke from his stretch. That was that sort of running start lead.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if anybody was yelling at Roop to try to get his attention, because I think you're right. I think he was 40 feet away from the bag.
That could have been a double play ball otherwise, and the inning would be over had it been. Here now is Del Castillo way outside, and a nice save there by Susac, and a ball that must have been 3 or 4 feet off the corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Also on the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, the Dodgers play tonight at home against the Rockies. Here's Roop ready, throwing in too tight to Del Castillo, who has grounded out to second and walked. White Sox, who were just here over the weekend, they got home today and they beat the Twins 3-1. And Murakami, who was held homerless over the weekend, got a home run. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit into center field, and that'll get another run home. It's the 3rd run of the inning. Del Castillo singling over the middle. Perdomo in to score, and it is now 4-2 Arizona. That was the 92nd pitch of the afternoon, thrown by Landon Roop. That one was a sinker down and away. That pretty good swing there by Del Castillo to fight off what was not a bad pitch. Now here's a swing. Waldschmidt, right-handed batter, hits a high fly ball to center. Back into his left, shy of the warning track by about 15 feet. Bader's got it. Inning over. But an inning that started with the throwing error by Adames turns into a 3.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Now let's check out some plays from the field that only a mother could love.
Thank you to all the mothers out there. We love you.
Too sweet.
Nicely done with the sign.
Vientos is not going to want this on his highlight reel, I'll tell you that.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
Hubba Bubba, I'm Bubba.
You can even smell on his bat. Hitters are funny. Now he's talking to it. Then Peters has some problem.
Heads up. Man alive.
Look, Mom, check out these top defensive plays.
Adele leaping, and he makes the catch.
He's unreal.
One of his patented run-saving miracles.
Welcome to the show, kid. Put a star on that for Jarvis. Picked it right off the top of the grass. It was a snow cone.
That was sensational. Spectacular play by the Padres first baseman.
He jumps and he makes the catch. P-Crow, awesome. Ryan Waldschmidt with a diving catch. What a catch by Eli White.
How about that?
Dude, I'm going to be McDowell. I'm grabbing onto one of Cecil's legs, holding on for dear life. If it gets any tougher, guarantee you Cecil's not going any place.
Canseco, a towering pop-up. This ought to be interesting. It's coming back toward first base. Fielder can't get it.
This is actually maybe the first time that I recall they're going to call a game on the wind.
Well, they're going to stop it.
Free battery charging and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Now back to John and Dave on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now the Giants trailing 4-2 with Bryce Eldridge to lead off, and it is a called strike. He started to swing anyway, and he must have been ruled to have swung at it. 0-1 the count. Here it is, and a changeup down, a swinging strike 2. So neither one of those pitches in the strike zone, and now timeout is requested by Eldridge. And that's the prototype combination of pitches there from Merrill Kelly. Neither one a strike. Now, whoa, that was just a little bit low with a changeup. He took that one, and it was just below the strike zone. Good eye there. D-backs do not have another challenge to use, however. 1-2 pitch, swing, and a high foul off the third base side, well back into the lower deck. 3 runs for the D-backs in the 5th inning, only 1 earned. Very ragged defensive inning for the Giants. 1-2 pitch, swing, and a high pop-up. Up the line goes the catcher. Down the line comes Arenado, the third baseman, and Arenado angling the body, trying to avoid looking directly into the glare of the sun, makes the catch just down the line by a few feet from third base. One away, and Harrison Bader up.
The power of Merrill Kelly, he's just so, I mean, I don't think in these last many years the Giants face anybody who's got more guile than he does. All that stuff down, 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 and then the last pitch to Eldridge was up out of the strike zone.
Now the pitch, and that's a strike to Bader.
And you could just imagine a young guy thinking, I got to get something up. I got to get something, and then he goes up and too far up and gets him to pop out.
Now the 1-strike pitch. Swing, and a ball is hooked on the ground right to short. Perdomo over to first, and 2 men gone. Well, that's Kelly. Eldridge will have to join a long list of guys that have been victimized that same way by Merrill Kelly. Always changing sight lines, always sort of in the mind of the hitter. Always aware of what pitches look like to a hitter and how to use that against them. Now here is a curveball at the knees for a called strike to Drew Gilbert. Gilbert grounded out to second, his first time. Merrill Kelly looking for the shutdown inning. The Giants got 2 on the board against him in the 4th. Now a swing and a line drive right to short to Perdomo. And that is the shutdown inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 6th. It is 4-2.
Fastball popped up off first base, down the line. Mattingly may have a play. Look at this.
Look at this. I love it. That's great.
Now that is just a taste of the sort of involvement that Don Mattingly wants to get from fans who come to Yankee Stadium.
Look at that little red-headed fella.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Just enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Giants going to the bullpen here in the 6th inning, and for Landon Roop, the defense kind of let him down. The pitch count might have gotten him as well. 5 innings, 93 pitches, 4 runs allowed, only 2 of those earned. Giants trail 4-2, and Joel Peguero, the right-hander, for the 9th time this year out of the Giants bullpen here in the 6th with the D-backs ahead 4-2.
Moreno has hit a home run over the center field wall, and he is struck out, and he takes a called strike. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Peguero. Peguero pitched the final 2 innings of the Giants' victory here on Saturday against the White Sox. Now he misses with a slider. Even that he throws really hard, 92 miles an hour, but out of the strike zone, just a little bit down on the outer third. 1-1 to Moreno. The pitch to him. That is a called strike. Backdoored him with a sinker at 99 miles an hour. Time taken now by Moreno. D-backs have 4 runs, 2 of them unearned on 7 hits. The Giants 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 big error. Peguero to the plate, and a check swing and a ball down and away. 2-2. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, Nationals now with a 4-0 lead over Cleveland in the top of the 2nd in Cleveland. Curtis Mead with a 2-run homer in that one for the Nats. There is a ball missing, and it's 3-2. Milwaukee beat the Cardinals 5-1 in Milwaukee. Here's a ball outside, so Peguero starts off the inning. He got a couple of strikes on Moreno and then never found the strike zone again. Landon Roop went 5, allowed 4 runs, 2 earned runs on 7 hits, and he had 7 strikeouts and 1 walk. Gave up a home run. Here is Jose Fernandez, and a hard ground ball right past third, headed down the left field line. A fair ball to second. Moreno to third, and he'll be held up by the third base coach J.R. House. It's a double for Fernandez, and it got started with that walk, the freebie. And we're at the bottom of the order, and now the D-backs are threatening to add on right away with all the big hitters at the top of the order still to come. 9th place hitter Tommy Troy coming up next. First hit of the game for Jose Fernandez. Giants bring the infield in, except the shortstop. Adames is in halfway. There's a swing and a high fly ball, shallow right, in and to his right. Gilbert makes the catch. Tagging and bluffing from third is Moreno, and he draws the throw from Gilbert, who throws it way off line. So Gilbert, who overshot his cutoff man, Devers anyway. He was just in very shallow right field and just came up firing as if the runner definitely was going, and he was glad to find out that ultimately he was just bluffing. Now here is Ketel Marte, one of the hottest hitters in the game. Had an RBI double in the 5th inning on a pop fly into shallow left. And he takes a called strike. He now has 19 hits in his last 35 at bats. His average for the year is at 2. What was he hitting? 211 when the Giants got to Arizona last week. 0-1 the count. Infield in all the way around. Swing and a foul out of play off the third base side. Now, this is a situation that you think strikeout would be the ideal, and you got a guy in the mound who throws 100-mile-an-hour four-seamers and sinkers, but he's not necessarily a big strikeout pitcher. He's got a new 0-2 pitch, though. Now it's a line drive base hit. Threw it right down the middle. 1 run is in. Coming around third is Fernandez. He scores. And it is 6-2 Arizona. Man. 0-2 count, and he just grooved one. I mean, that literally could not have been more middle than it was. It was up a little bit, but he was right on it. And with Corbin Carroll, a left-hander coming up, Sam Hentges, the left-hander, is heating up in the bullpen, and he's going to be brought in here. That's just not the kind of a pitch you want to make with an 0-2 count. And I think he was trying to elevate that ball a lot more than he did. He didn't want that one in the strike zone, but it was right at the top of the zone.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where are you going? He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Miles an hour or more. In the history of all the StatCast data and pitch tracking data, the most by far in any one game by any one pitcher. I guess we'll never know if Nolan Ryan had that many long ago, or Walter Johnson, or somebody like that, but that's pretty remarkable.
Some serious gas. Here's Corbin Carroll, left-handed hitter, against the left-hander Sam Hentges, and he throws him a called strike. Fastball on the outside. Corbin Carroll is a little guy, 5 feet 10 inches tall, very fast runner, and very strong and powerful. The pitch to him. Line drive, base hit into right field. That was a hanging slider, and he ripped it right over the head of Arise. Over to second, and stopping is Ketel Marte. That's another hot hitter. Carroll. Both Marte and Carroll have gotten hot at the same time. 2 runs are in. 6-2. Arizona is leading. They followed up their 3-run 5th inning rally that put them back ahead with 2 more so far in the 6th inning. And now here is the switch hitter Perdomo. 2 men on, 1 man out. The pitch comes in. He shows bunt. It takes very high and outside. Ball 1. Perdomo got a base hit that knocked in a run in that 3-run 5th inning rally. He's 1 for 3 in the game. The set, the pitch, the slider in there for a called strike. Mizorowski, you're talking about how many pitches he threw over 100 today. What was that He started against the Yankees for the first time. Was it maybe a couple of weeks ago? And he had this huge number of pitches. He threw 102 and above, more than they'd ever measured from anybody. There's a called strike, and it's rare, but not that unusual. Every once in a while, you'll see a guy once or twice get 102 or above. He did it like 12, 14 times in the same game against the Yankees, and pitch after pitch was 100 or above. 1-2 the count, and Hentges throws foul out of play. Now, when we get those radar gun readings, we might, I might say it's 99. It might have read out at 98.7. I just rounded off. And some pitchers told me when it comes to 100, you can't round it off. Here's Hentges throwing. Little tapper up the first base side. Devers down the line to get it. And he'll take it back to the bag for the out. Perdomo is retired, but the runners move up a base. Marte to third, Carroll to second. So I said, you mean the guy throws one 99.6, 99.7? I can't say 100. No, has to be 100 to get credit for being at 100. I said, well, I'm just wanting to not get down to that minutia. Well, when it's 100, though, you need to. Okay. All right, I get that now. I suppose that holds true for if it's 101.8. No, that's not 102. I guess it's the same rule of thumb. 104.6? No, that's not 105.
Oh, no, we have standards.
Nolan Arenado now. He is struck out looking, fouled out to first, and grounded out to third. He's 0 for 3. And he takes a slider, check swing, an appeal. No, says Sean Barber, the first base umpire. He didn't swing. 0-1 the count, or 1-0 the count. There's where my mind was going immediately.
Just round it up.
I rounded it up to a swing. Yeah. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at second and third. This is a key spot. The Giants are already in a bad way. They're down by 4 runs in the 6th inning and have only 3 hits for the game against Merrill Kelly. But a base hit here could make it a 6-run Arizona lead. Marte at third, Carroll at second, and the pitch is in the dirt. 3-0. Now the left-hander Hentges, with first base empty, has the left-handed hitter Del Castillo on deck. And now the Giants don't even they just say, well, let's not even throw that final one. It's 3-0 and just give him the automatic walk. So Arenado gets sent to first with the automatic walk. And the bases are loaded for Del Castillo. Fans, well, let's see. The D-backs may have called Del Castillo, and I think they did. He's back to the dugout, and Ildemaro Vargas, the veteran. Man, Vargas has blossomed into a star kind of a hitter this year. Vargas, always a useful player. Guy can hit, can play a lot of different positions. But when I say hit, this year he's hitting over 300, even though he's been slumping a little bit lately. But as a right-handed hitter, he is still hitting 356 for the year. So he'll come up right-handed here with the bases loaded. It's kind of a secret weapon for Torey Lovullo. And it's interesting. You think of him as a guy who might get a lot of pinch hit at bats. He's been playing in the lineup most of the time and has not had any pinch hit at bats this year until now. Bases loaded, 2 down, and he swings and misses at a slider. Strike 1. Ildemaro Vargas. Now Vargas asking for timeout. Now he stands back in. The game perhaps at a crossroads. The Giants already behind 6-2. Bases loaded, 2 down. The pitch comes in and a swinging strike. He followed up the slider with a high fastball up out of the zone, and he got him to chase that one. So he has not yet thrown him a strike, and yet he has an 0-2 count to Ildemaro Vargas. Slider down and in, and a fastball up. 0-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3 call, and Vargas wants to challenge the call, but they don't have one left. And he's arguing with the ump. He was not going to win that, and it wasn't going to be close either. But Vargas finds out the hard way. No, you can't challenge your team's out of those.
And 1 pitch, 1 out. Mets have him 1st and 3rd. Little pop towards short. Mason's got it. Rocket to first, and they doubled him up. Bichette wandered too far off first, and Mason Wynn guns him out.
Mason Wynn caught it through a bullet to first base to double up Bo Bichette. How about that? A 6-3 double play, doubling up the batter Young and Bo Bichette, leaving Soto at 3rd.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
Electric ID.Buzz to the Taos, Atlas, Jetta, and more. Fun to drive, easy to love, and price to move. Don't wait. Drive in today and save big at Stevens Creek Volkswagen.
Back to Orange and Black Bats Kraken on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Willie Adames looks at a called strike from Merrill Kelly. High fastball. That was right at the top of the strike zone. Adames has hit a single and has drawn a walk and scored a run. Right-handed batter takes outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball there from Kelly. Giants have only 3 hits. 1 by Adames in the 1st inning. And they got 2 more in the 4th inning when they scored their 2 runs. Now a swing and a high pop-up. Second baseman Marte shading the eyes with the glove. He's right on the edge of the outfield grass, and one hands it. First time that Adames has been retired in this game. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. I'm John Miller with Dave Fleming, your Giants broadcasters. Here comes Luis Arraez. 6 runs for the D-backs, 5 of them in the last 2 innings. They lead 6-2. Now Arraez, and it's low to him with a curveball. Arraez is flied out to left, and then he hit a double back in the 4th inning out toward the 365 marker in deep right. Swinging a ground ball to short over to his right. Perdomo drops to his right knee to field it. Slings it over to first. Out number 2. Well, since being given the lead again in the 5th inning, he's been making it look easy. He's retired 7 Giants in a row, and he's not having to throw many pitches to do it. So now here is Casey Schmidt. He is grounded into a double play and struck out. Pitch number 80 of the day from Kelly, and there's a drive into left field, a deep fly ball way back there to the wall, and leaping is Troy. He can't get it. It hits the wall and bounces back toward the infield. And the center fielder, Waldschmidt, finally gets over to play the carom. A long double by Casey Schmidt. Schmidt got one right out toward the sort of middle away part of the plate where he got the arms extended, and Troy went racing back to the wall, made a leap for it, and then he collided with the padded wall out there hard. started stumbling away. The carom came back, and for the D-backs, Waldschmidt, the young center fielder, had hustled over to back up, or Schmidt easily would have made it to third. Now here's Devers, and he pops a foul back and out of play on a first pitch fastball. That was up. 1-1. First hit of the game for Casey Schmidt. Now Devers hit a long 2-run double, a ball that would have been a home run in most ballparks. That was back in the 4th inning. He is 1 for 2. And Kelly pitches. Devers swings, pops it up. Shallow center field. In comes Waldschmidt, staggering a bit. He's got it. A runner stranded at second. Giants.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Stewart takes off, soft strike, bang, thrown, sailed into center. Stewart didn't realize it.
Yeah, this is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
It's interesting get up for the ballpark.
Yeah, looks like he needs some sun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Looks like a cup. That might not help the footing.
Something comes flying onto the field there. Lucky that flew into a dead spot there.
Foul tip off the top of the glove, looks up and is able to find it.
Welcome to the big leagues, Cole.
Oh my.
Fly ball right center field, and O'Neal Cruz with his first Cruz missile of the year off the lefty. Brandon Williamson. Cruz crushes it. Pirates get the run back. They lead 6-1.
That's a beautiful thing.
Man, it just sounds different. It just sounds different coming off that bat. Look how far that ball went up in the stands, Browning. O'Neal Cruz. Just a special talent.
The Taco Bell with slow roasted chicken, crispy bacon, and creamy avocado ranch sauce. You can't get just one. The previous statement was not marketing hyperbole. You literally can't get just one. The new chicken bacon ranch street chalupas are, in fact, an order of 2 street chalupas at participating Taco Bell U.S. locations for limited time while supplies last.
Listen to Giants baseball on your smart speaker. Just say play KNBR.
6-2 Arizona. We go to the 7th inning. After this half inning, it will be the 7th inning stretch, sponsored by Supercuts, real smart hair. With the play-by-play, Dave Fleming.
All right, John, thank you. JT Brubaker in, and Waldschmidt takes strike one from the Giants right-hander. Roop, Peguero, Hentges, and now Brubaker. The pitch, a fly ball out to left center field and pretty well hit. Bader sprinting, still going back, and he will make the catch. Go into a slide as he was trying to avoid a collision with Schmidt and a collision with the wall. Bader caught it going down into a slide, fighting the bright sunshine. Man, that was a tough play. Ball was kind of hit into no man's land. And there was a lot to negotiate there for Harrison Bader. Well done. It's not been a real great game defensively for the Giants, but that was a big-time play. One out. Here's Moreno. He's been in the middle of a lot of the Diamondbacks offense. A home run plus a walk, 2 runs scored. He takes a sinker high for ball 1. Roop went 5. Peguero just got 1 out. Got charged with 2 runs. Here's a strike from Brubaker. 1-1. This top of the 7th, as always, sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. 1-1 pitch. And that one's hit to left. Going back on it, Schmidt. Now he'll square up and come in a few steps. Well short of the warning track. He catches 2 down. Cache Creek Casino Resort. Got lucky 7s in your future. Here's a pitch for your next weekend getaway. Head to Cache Creek Casino Resort. Your getaway awaits. Fernandez, who last inning against Peguero after the leadoff walk, doubled and got the whole rally going. scored a run. His first hit of the game, 1 for 3. Now he faces Brubaker, and there's a called strike. A slider on the inside. It's 0-1. Well, for JT Brubaker, I'm sure he'd prefer to be in a higher leverage role. This is kind of his job on this staff. Swing and a topper to third. Backhanded by Chapman. His throw to first in time to get Fernandez. And JT Brubaker with a very strong top of the 7th inning. The Diamondbacks are gone quickly. All right, it's Memorial Day Monday, and we're going to keep it here and let you listen in live as we have a performance of God Bless America.
And our military troops at home and around the world with the performance of God Bless America. Please welcome back from Travis Air Force Base and the Band of the Golden West, Mobility.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
He's coming home. Here's the throw. He is safe. A stolen base. He steals home. Jared Duran steals home. It is 6-0. Well, with a lefty, they always have to be aware with a guy with that kind of speed at third.
It's so close. See if he gets that hand just in. He slides to the inside away from Bo Naylor. He's safe. He's safe.
Definitely looked it there.
But he's in there.
For $3.97 a pound. Plus, members can shop our new lower prices on any single 750 milliliter bottle of wine purchase. Just remember to enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
Your business isn't a science experiment. So at Cumulus Digital, we don't speculate, we execute with a proven framework delivering results 25% better than industry standards. Go to cumulusdigital.com, fill out our form, and move from guessing to knowing.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Well, the Giants have a lot of work to do, and they're facing a guy who's been stingy, as usual. Merrill Kelly, 6-2 Diamondbacks, bottom 7. Matt Chapman against Kelly, and a foul straight back out of play. Strike one. Giants having a hard time with the D-backs here. They hadn't played Arizona until this past road trip. Got swept in Phoenix. Lost 3 in a row, and now they're down 6-2 to the Diamondbacks here at Oracle. The 0-1 pitch. Chapman hits a little pop-up, shallow center field, going back Perdomo, and he'll catch it. One away. Chapman is 0 for 3, and he's popped out all 3 times against Merrill Kelly. Let's pause here for station identification on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball. Double play! KNBR and KNBR-FS San Francisco, the sports leader.
Dave Fleming, John Miller here from San Francisco. 6-2 Arizona. Susac takes ball 1 inside. The thing that is not surprising at all about this game, the young guys like Susac, like Eldridge against Kelly are having a hard time. Susac 0 for 2. He hits this one to center field and pretty deep. Going back on it, Waldschmidt all the way onto the warning track, and he'll make the catch in front of the wall. That was a good swing. But Susac comes up just a little bit short, 2 down. And here's Eldridge. Eldridge has struck out and popped out. Kelly just, if you've never faced him before, it's not the stuff, it's the mix and match, the change of speeds, the unpredictability. This is the Merrill Kelly we've seen over and over again over the years. His 23rd start against the Giants. He misses outside. Ball 1 to Eldridge. 38,380, the paid crowd. Not quite a palindrome, but DC might have gotten excited about that one for a minute. Here's a pitch outside. 2-0. Nobody loves attendance palindromes more than Darren Chan. Nobody. Eldridge ahead in the count. He fouls this one back out of play. That was a high cutter. And Eldridge had a pretty healthy rip at that one. But again, it's just another example because that pitch was up. You get geared up, but Kelly will throw it where you think it's hittable, and he puts it just high enough. 2-1 pitch. Off the inside, 3-1. For the first time really in this game, Eldridge is ahead in the count. So he can be picky here. 3-1. With Bader on deck, the windup and the pitch. That is ball 4 inside. Eldridge draws the walk. 2-out base runner for the Giants. And that's the thing about Bryce is he's got so much aptitude for a guy who's only 21 years old. He's every day, every game for him is reps and building knowledge, experience against all the pitchers in this league. Now a Habas Law mound visit after the walk. That's unusual. 2 outs runner at first with a veteran Merrill Kelly, but I guess the pitching coach Brian Kaplan just wanted to buy a little time. That's my guess, with Gilbert on deck. Left-handers up in the Arizona bullpen. Brandon Garcia is the guy who's now getting loose. Now he's warming up like the Diamondbacks think if Bader reaches base, Garcia might be summoned into this game. First pitch to Bader. He swings and misses. Well, he chased. Giants are down 4 runs, and that pitch was way outside. Strike 1 to Bader. Maybe not as far outside as I thought it was, but it was a slider down. 0-1 the count to Bader. This one was way outside, and he took that one. It's 1-1. Bader's 0 for 2. Has grounded out twice. But he's got a good swing going these days. With just one bolt of lightning, and the Giants could feel like they're back in this game. 1-1. That is called strike 2. A sinker right over the outside part of the plate. 1-2 now. Merrill Kelly, pitch number 95 on the day. Eldridge at first, 2 outs. The 1-2. Outside. Sinker again. 2-2. Kelly checks over to first base. Now the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Well, ultimately he did get him to chase that slider down and away. Kelly gets his 4th strikeout, and I'm sure his final pitch of the day was a very effective one. The Giants.
Down the third base line. Sprague goes home, and he hits Ronnie Smith. Now also heading home is Voit. He's in. The ball will go over to the seats. Heading home is McLemore. And he is safe. And the ball is dropped. And the fans are furious. The Toronto Blue Jays, the world champions, have done their 1962 Mets imitation.
Freddie Freeman with his 2nd home run of the game.
He had 2 in his previous 38 games. He's got 2 tonight.
This ball is rocked into the gap and off the top of the wall. Here comes James Wood, rounding third and heading home. Inside the park, grand slam.
Herrera has just won it with a walk-off big fly. And the crowd is going nuts here at Busch Stadium. A 3-run home run for Herrera.
24 and a third consecutive scoreless innings from the Miz.
I mean, some of the swings that we're seeing against some really good hitters of the Chicago Cubs, they look like they have no chance against Jacob Mezorowski.
Marte, a fly ball. Guess what? The Diamondbacks win it. It's the first career walk-off home run for Ketel Marte. His 2nd this season, his 1st ever walk-off homer.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Reminders to major accidents, we swing big. Call 866-465-2999 or visit amb.law.
Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Strike 1 from Brubaker to Tommy Troy. 8th inning, 6-2 Diamondbacks. Here's John.
All right, Dave. Troy 1 for 3 in the game. And he takes a called strike 2 with a sinker from Brubaker. Troy got a single in the 3rd inning. But then a key play was when he reached leading off the 5th inning on a throwing error by Willie Adames. And I say a key because that was the beginning of what ended up being a 3-run rally for the D-backs. Put them ahead 4-2. The Arizona bullpen is busy again with the right-hander Jonathan Loaizaga starting to throw. Now here's a ball, a slider off the outside. 1-2 to Tommy Troy. 24-year-old outfielder. 12th overall draft choice 3 years ago out of Stanford. Now the 1-2 pitch. And it's off the outside with a sinker. 2-2 the count. Leadoff man Ketel Marte is on deck. Marte's had 3 more hits today after wearing the Giants out in the desert last week. 6-2 D-backs ahead. Now Brubaker is in the dirt. 3-2. Arizona got a run in the 3rd on a home run by Moreno, but then 3 in the 5th and 2 more in the 6th. There's a bouncer foul, 3rd base side. We're in the 8th inning now. The 8th inning is sponsored by Mancini's Sleep World. It's the power of 8. The Giants have 8 rings, and you need 8 hours of sleep plus a new mattress every 8 years. Save up to 40% off select mattresses at Mancini's Sleep World. Rest easy. Now here's a slider in the dirt outside. He ends up walking him.
Diamondbacks have been the 2nd least walkingest team in the big leagues. I mean, way ahead of the Giants are so far in last in walks drawn as an offense. I mean, they've got a lot of catching up to do just to get to Arizona, but the Diamondbacks have not been a real patient team.
4th walk they've drawn today. 161 times they've walked this year. So a little over 3 walks per game on average. And here's ball 1 to Ketel Marte. But they've walked 161 times. The Giants have walked 115 times. Now a swing and a smash just foul past first and on down the right field line. He went after a slider down and just with a flick of the wrists hit it sharply, but it was too far out front. 1-1. Marte struck out his first time, but then he singled in the third. Had an RBI double in the fifth and a 2-run single in the sixth on an 0-2 pitch, no less, in that sixth inning. And that was the hit that really was a key moment of the game. It was 4-2 at the time, and all of a sudden it was 6-2. Still 6-2 now, eighth inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Marte swings, pops it up, foul off to the left of the plate. Hustling over is Susac, but he runs out of room, and the ball is just over the net into the hands of a fan on the other side of the backstop. A fan down in the special seating down there, dugout level. And he stood up and he caught that ball barehanded. And the guy who needed to catch it was on the outside looking in, Susac.
Nothing he could do about it, but he did acknowledge. Susac even said, "Nice catch" to that fan.
Not that easy. Here's the pitch. A fly ball along the right field line. Racing in and to his left is Gilbert. He goes into a slide. The ball hits his glove in fair ground. Here's the throw to second, and it goes by Adames. Now, Adames is saying, wait a minute, those two runners crossed each other. So one of them has got to be out.
Yeah, I think the umpire's going to talk about it. I thought so, too.
The runner at first, Troy, when Gilbert got to the ball and into a slide, he was in the spot near the foul line where the fence comes out real close to the line. And the question is, did they cross each other? Now, they have met with each other, all four of them. And now manager Tony Vitello goes out to talk to the plate umpire, James Hoy, who's the crew chief. And Vitello wants the umpires in New York to have a look.
San Francisco is challenging whether the batter runner passed the runner at first.
And we just saw one angle. It might have been a similar angle to the one that Vitello had from the dugout, where it did look like they did pass each other, with Troy going back to first and Marte heading for second.
That could be a hard one to wonder how many camera angles they can use to try to get the perfect angle to tell.
And that's one that might be the prototypical. They're going to let it stand because I think the call on the field is that they didn't cross each other.
But watching that high home camera fixed angle that we have, I think there is a case to be made that he passed him.
And that's an angle available to the umpires in the command center in Manhattan, where the replay umpires are. So that would surely be one you think that they would take a look at. And they're showing it on the high def screen in center field here from that angle. Sort of a field level angle where it does appear that they crossed each other, one crossing in front of the other. I've only seen that a couple of times in all the years that I've been doing baseball games, but the times I've seen it, it was pretty obvious. This one is a little more tricky.
We almost had one on the last homestand when the Giants had a walk-off win. Jesus Rodriguez had that hit. What was it, the 12th inning? And Drew Gilbert ran back to celebrate with him as Rodriguez had rounded first and was actually heading towards second, and they almost crossed each other before the winning run scored.
That was not good.
No.
And it wasn't Gilbert trying to get back to a base because he thought there was going to be a catch. He wanted to come back and celebrate.
They avoided it that time. This one, they're still looking.
Yeah.
All right, here's the
After
call.
review, the batter runner did pass the runner at first base, so the batter is out. The runner from first will stay at second.
So Troy stays at second, and Ketel Marte is declared out. So he gets credit for a single, and then the putout goes to the shortstop. I guess he was the nearest guy to him who had the ball. So one out, runner at second, and there's a called strike to Corbin Carroll. Now Carroll, the left-handed batter, pops one up to third. Angling back and to his right goes Chapman into foul ground. Now he's under it and makes the catch right in front of the shortstop, Willie Adames, who also hustled over on that one. So 2 down. I remember years ago, my first year broadcasting Major League Baseball, Joe Rudy, who led the American League in doubles that year, had a chance for a double and hit one to the wall. I can't remember what city it was in. Reggie Jackson was the runner at first, and Reggie went back to tag up. There's a swing and a foul down the right field line by Geraldo Perdomo. Switch hitter batting left-handed. 0-1 the count to him. 2 down, runner at second. 6-2, Arizona leading. Anyway, Reggie went back to tag up, and Rudy tore around first base and went right on by Reggie. And, of course, Rudy was then declared out. But he was a little unhappy with Reggie for trying to tag up on what was a ball off the right field wall. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now here it is. And that's a little bit low. 2-1 the count. It happens every so often. I remember there was a guy named Ralph Garr. Man, he was a fast runner. And he hit one off the fence in right field in Minnesota one day when he was with the White Sox. And he passed the runner at first. The runner at first was just going halfway. He didn't know if it was going to be caught or go over the wall or what. There's the ball too low. It's 3-1 to Perdomo. And Ralph Garr was so fast, the runner on base was just shocked to see some guy come tearing past him like the Roadrunner cartoon. 3-1 the count to Perdomo. And the pitch. Swing and a foul coming back and out of play. Fans, treat yourself to a suite experience this summer. Elevate your game day with a private suite. Suites accommodate from 12 to 20 guests starting at $175 per person. Summer games include a Devers bobblehead giveaway and a fireworks night. Book online at sfgiants.com/suites. 6-2. Dbacks, 8th inning. And there is strike 3 called to Perdomo. A sinker that came back over the inside from Brubaker. 1 hit, 1 walk.
Altman with the dive. Superman hit-saving play. Goes in the rail. And Sal Stewart makes the play. Diving catch made by DeLuca.
Diving for it, Berger. He's got it. He's up. Nice play by Jake Berger. Harris reaches up and makes the catch. Michael does it again.
Nunez dives, stops it, gets to his feet, throw it out first, he's out! To steer, extends, double play! Leaping up, oh, he caught it!
He does it again! Going back is Bellinger, and he makes the play!
Diving stop Guerrero, the flip to Savage, and it's in time.
Serve it into left field on Angel Martinez.
Oh, what a nice grab by Connor Norby. On a short hop, a bullet he snagged.
Carson Bench with a one-hop strike to the plate. He is out.
To the warning track, he leaps at the wall. He makes the catch. Mangum is there to make the catch. Oh, my goodness. They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
Oh, no, stay on your feet. No.
I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
Your lawn care yourself.
Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at TrueGreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Jonathan Loaisiga in to pitch for the Yankees. A right-hander for the used to be with the Yankees, now with the D-backs. And he throws a called strike to Drew Gilbert. Jorge Barrosa goes in to play center field for Arizona. One strike pitch. Gilbert takes low for a ball. So Barrosa now in center. And I think Waldschmidt moved over to left field. So Troy is out of the game. 1-1 the count to Gilbert, who is 0 for 2. He lines a base hit down the right field line. That speeds its way into the second archway. The carom is played by Carroll. He comes up throwing to second, offline, and too late anyway. A double for Drew Gilbert. Only the 5th hit of the game for the Giants, but 4 of the 5 hits have been doubles, oddly enough. Their very first hit of the afternoon was their first batter of the game. Willie Adames hit a single. All of their other hits have gone for extra bases. Merrill Kelly, the starter, went 7, 2 runs, 4 hits allowed. Here is Willie Adames, and he takes the ball too low. So Waldschmidt now in left field, and Barrosa is the center fielder. Carroll still in right. 1-0 count. The pitch on the way. Up and in. He had to jump back from that one to avoid being hit. 2-0 the count. Adames singled in the first. Then in the 4th inning, he led off the inning and got a walk, starting a 2-run rally. A rise on deck. The pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Two balls and a strike to Willie Adames. He popped out his last time. 1 hit, 2 at-bats, plus a walk for his day. Now he swings, and it's a bounding ball down the third base side. Foul. The call of the game for the Giants so far, the 2-run double by Rafi Devers out into Triples Alley. Bounced up into the 8th and final archway just to the right of the 4:15 marker. The call of the game is sponsored by Ring Central, voice of your business. 2-2 the count. Here it comes. And a slider popped up foul, first base side, coming over and making the catch right near the Arizona dugout is Fernandez. One away, and here is Luis Arraez. Weekends at Oracle Park are extra tasty with the Coca-Cola Weekend 4-pack. The ticket plus meal package includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Cola beverages. Available for any Friday, Saturday, or Sunday home game, including upcoming weekends with the Cubs and Braves in town. Separately, a couple of different weekends. That would be quite a weekend if they were both here. Buy online at sfgiants.com/weekend. There's a strike to Arraez. Arraez, 1 hit, 3 at-bats so far. His hit was a double to right in the 4th. Now he slashes one foul off the third base side. 0-2 the count. Here's Loaisiga into his stretch. Sets right under his chin. Holding. Now pitching. Very high for a ball. 1-2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball there. Giants got 2 runs in the 4th inning, and that has been all of their run scoring for the day. They've only had 2 hits since then. Here's a little bouncer off the first base side over to his right. Fernandez has it. He throws high, a little bit behind the pitcher covering Loaizaga, but Loaizaga on his way to first reached back high over his head and lunging back to where he had come from and caught it and then took it to the bag. Still got the put out. Over to third went Gilbert. So 2 down. Giants have 1 hit in 7 at bats today with runners in scoring position. Here is Casey Schmidt. He's had 1 hit. It was a long double to left off the wall with 2 down in the 6th inning. Right-handed batter, and he takes inside for ball 1. An appeal. A phantom check swing. Didn't see it, said Barber. Didn't look like a swing. Or even a start of a swing. 1 ball, no strikes. The wind is now blowing hard in from right toward left. Now the pitch, swinging a high fly ball into right. In comes Carroll trying to shade the eyes with the left hand, and he reaches up with the glove hand and makes the catch. A leadoff double by Gilbert, but he is stranded, and we go to the 9th inning.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face. He really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
St. Louis, Missouri. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Nolan Arenado leads off, 9th inning, and he bounces a foul up the third base side. Strike 1. I'm John Miller with Dave Fleming. The Giants trailing the D-backs 6-2. Arizona sweeping the Giants last week in Phoenix, and now they've got a 4-run lead in the 9th inning today. And there's a ball outside. Arenado today has not had a hit. He's struck out looking, fouled out to first, and grounded out to third. Got an automatic walk in the 6th inning. Now he looks at a slider for a called strike. Dave Fleming was on assignment over the weekend to Toronto. I watched some of your game yesterday on the Peacock streaming network, national telecast of the Blue Jays Pirates game. There's a ball grounded to short over to his left. Adames has it, fires to first. 1 away. So 1 down. And that Toronto team, and I noticed that at the beginning, the Blue Jays have had so many injury problems. A team that was the talk of baseball after they won the American League pennant and came so close to winning the World Series against the Dodgers last October. But they've been really struggling at the early part of the season, but they seem to have gotten a lot of things figured out. As the pitch comes into Ildemaro Vargas, switch hitter, now batting left-handed, and it's ball one.
We spent part of the telecast yesterday documenting all the injuries, and because it really has been amazing how many injuries they've had. And then during the game, Dylan Cease, one of their ace pitchers, had to leave with hamstring tightness. Now he's on the injured list. And Vlad Jr. got hit by a pitch and had to leave the game, too.
Oh, no. There's a hard ground ball. First base side, a dive by Devers. He gets it. Gets up, runs to the bag, waving off Brubaker, and wins the race with Vargas for the unassisted putout. Nicely done by Devers. So while you're explaining how everything's going so well for the Jays lately, then everything starts going bad again.
Yeah, the manager in the office before the game, John Schneider, was talking with us and said, finally we feel like, okay, we're getting our group back together. Finally. Alejandro Kirk's about to come back, and the outfielder we saw last year and were so impressed with, Addison Barger, he's been out. Nathan Lucas was a good player for them. He's been out. Scherzer, Barrios, Bieber, they're all out.
Here's Ryan Waldschmidt, and he takes a called strike.
They had 9 starters the Blue Jays did during spring training. They were down to 4 as of recently.
0-1 the count to Waldschmidt, who's 0 for 4. Now he takes a ball, and it's going to be challenged by Daniel Susac.
Challenging this ball call.
And Susac's 2 for 2 today, but I don't think he's going to win this one. Although that is so
San
close.
Francisco has 1 challenge remaining.
That was one of those that was 1/10 of an inch off the top of the strike zone. They still have one more challenge available to them. Here's the pitch. Swing. Fly ball into shallow center. And racing in is Bader. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch. He took one away from Waldschmidt. Wow. Nicely done. We go to the last of the 9th inning. Devers will be coming up. The Giants are trailing 6-2 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Driven to right. Church is gonna make a diving catch.
If he doesn't catch that ball, Witt's on third base at least.
Again down the left field line. Gilbert giving chase. And he made the catch.
The Giants are putting on a clinic defensively.
And there's a swing on a high fly ball, right field. Nemo is back near the wall. Leaps, and he got it! Brandon Nemo brings a home run back.
Carroll's had a day.
He makes a sliding catch.
Corbin Carroll way back, and it's gone. Corbin Carroll with a second today. Back he goes. It's gone. Edgar Carroll walks it off in the 10th. Celebrate that, man, because the Sox take the series from the Cubs.
Kids with smartphones isn't easy. Heavy social media use affects kids' sleep, confidence, and mental health. Learn how to guide kids toward a healthier balance at carsforkids.org/parenting, because smart kids need informed parents.
Listen to Giants baseball on your smart speaker. Just say play KNBR.
Well, last chance here for the Giants. Bottom of the 9th. Giants who led this game 2-1. That was a long time ago, though. 3 runs in the 5th, 2 in the 6th for the Diamondbacks, 6-2 Arizona, and the left-hander Brandon Garcia to start the bottom of the 9th.
It's the only left-hander in the Arizona bullpen, and a fastball is high and tight for ball 1 at 97 miles per hour. Devers has had the big hit of the day for the Giants. He came up with runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out in the 4th inning, and launched one out into Triples Alley. Now he gets hit. Ball high and tight at 97, and that hit him. And Devers goes to first, and he's hurting. And he's holding that right arm as he trots up the first base line. And, I mean, he wasn't holding it. He just was not raising, and he got hit up above the elbow on the upper right arm.
Yeah, he ran to first. It's interesting. We were just talking about Vlad Jr. yesterday, got smoked by a pitch near his elbow. When it happened yesterday in Toronto, Guerrero literally didn't even hesitate, just turned and ran right into the dugout because his whole arm was numb. Devers is acting like his arm is numb, but he's telling Tony Vitello and Anthony Reyes that he wants to stay in.
He ran up the first base line, and his arm was just hanging limply by his side. And the Giants trainer Anthony Reyes and the manager Tony Vitello both go out to see what's happening with him, and he's convinced them that he's fine to stay in there. Matt Chapman now, right-handed hitter, and he takes low and outside, ball one. Loaisaga pitched the 8th inning, gave up a leadoff double and no more. 6-2, the Giants are trailing. Chapman takes very high, 2-0. Giants need base runners. Walks, well, they'd rather not get drilled by pitches, but they need base runners, and free ones are very welcome. 2-0 the count. Here it comes. Very high, 3-0. Chapman today has popped up to first, popped up to the second baseman, and popped up to the shortstop. 3 consecutive pop-ups. Here's the stretch. The 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. And he just poured that one down the middle. Daniel Susac out on deck. First baseman Fernandez on the bag with Devers. The pitch comes in, and that's in there for a called strike. That was up a little bit more. Full count, 3-2. Chapman has not swung yet. Seeing 3 balls way out of the strike zone. Now a couple of strikes. 3-2. The pitch. Swinging a chopper over the mound out near second. Over the field, it is Perdomo right near the bag. Steps on second for one and throws to first for a double play. Wow. That is kind of a distressing at bat for Chapman. It started so well. He had everything in his favor. And took a couple of pitches right down the middle. And then swung at that last one that ended up being a sinker down at his knees, and sure enough hit it on the ground. So 2 down, nobody on. And here is Susac, and he takes a strike. Susac has not been on base. He's flied out to shallow right, struck out, and flied out deep to center. Giants have only 5 hits today after scoring 18 runs the last 2 days. There's a foul out of play. Strike 2. The K Counter, sponsored by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Cars for Kids with a K. You'll get a vacation voucher and a maximum tax deduction. Giants pitchers have had 9 strikeouts, 7 of them by the starter, Landon Root. And just 4 strikeouts by the Arizona staff. And yet the D-backs are way ahead with 2 down in the 9th. And the pitch. Look out. Way inside and low. Brandon Garcia in his 10th game. 7 2/3 innings before today. 1 run, 5 hits allowed. A couple of walks. He hit his second batter already. Now the pitch. And a slider bends in there for a called strike 3. And so it goes for the Giants until the bitter end on this one. So the D-backs have made it 4 in a row over the Giants, as the final today is Arizona 6 and the Giants 2. So here's the game summary, sponsored by Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. Save more on the flavors you love and find better deals for your budget at Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. For the D-backs, 6 runs they had 11 hits, including a home run by Gabriel Moreno. And the D-backs had 5 hits and 13 at-bats with runners in scoring position. They made no errors and left 9 runners on base. For the Giants, 2 runs is all on only 5 hits.
Deep center. Edmonds going back. The ball is going long. 3-run home run. Bowman shot. The Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobachek makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over it.
There's a shot deep to left, way back. Kiss it, goodbye. Home run for Andre Dawson. It's across the street, and the scramble is on.
And it looked like the mailman got it. Andre Dawson delivering the mail, and the mailman getting the baseball.
And you better not mess with the U.S. mail.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
A huge bounce-back year for the D-backs. He was woeful last year, but has been excellent this year. 6:45, 5:45 for our pregame show on the radio tomorrow. We'll see you then. Thanks to Darren Chan and our network coordinator, Ryan McCarthy. I'm John Miller for Dave Fleming and our colleagues, Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow. They'll be over here in the radio booth to join us for the postgame wrap. That's still to come in a few moments on the postgame show. Once again, the final today, the D-backs winning for the 4th straight time over the Giants. Arizona 6, the Giants 2. And you've been listening to Giants Baseball on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets, Giants Radio Network. Bryce Eldridge leads off for the Giants and hits a high fly ball to right field. Going deep, way back there, still going. Adios!
San Francisco Giants baseball has been sponsored by Bank of America, the official bank of the San Francisco Giants, and by Habas Law. Habas Law, they will fight to make it right.
That ball bounces out into San Francisco Bay. The first big league home run for Bryce Eldridge.
Giants baseball has also been sponsored by Liberty Group and Protect Your Assets, and by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's Cars for Kids with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation.
You know you need to get 5 innings in. Watch out quickly.
Over. Stay tuned for the post-game wrap and highlights coming up next on the Giants Radio Network.
As a Giants fan, my favorite spot to watch games is in center field. This one Tuesday night, I started talking to this guy, Carlos. From then on, the two of us would go every Tuesday. We became the Tuesday Night Baseball Club. Our group grew from 2 to 20 and is now close to 40 people. We heckle, we cheer, we have fun. Our love of the Giants built a community.
Bank of America champions Giants fans and everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the San Francisco Giants. Copyright 2026, Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Struggling with social isolation? Chances are you're not alone. Well, maybe you are, but you don't have to be. Introducing Dinner with Mom. Just one meal may help increase happiness and restore your sense of belonging. Side effects may include taking home leftovers and unsolicited relationship advice. Do not attempt if you're allergic to unconditional love. Call your doctor if conversations last more than 4 hours. Don't wait. Ask your doctor if Dinner with Mom is right for you. Brought to you by El Camino Health. Together ring heals.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi
And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
The future is not built on yesterday's tech. It's built with AirWallex, AI native financial platform that sets the standard for what's next. That's why your San Francisco Giants have chosen AirWallex as their official financial software partner. So when big moments arrive, they can take big swings. AirWallex delivers real-time money movement, borderless payment acceptance, and intelligent spend controls, giving your business the speed, control, and visibility to outperform. AirWallex, build the future.
Giants fans know what it means to play with heart. Merck, Woman Heart, and the Giants are teaming up for Playing with Heart, a national education program to raise awareness about bad cholesterol and the risks of heart attack or stroke. Join Giants legend Dusty Baker as they step up to the plate to join this important conversation. They gave their all on the field. Now they're helping to raise awareness about the risks of high bad cholesterol. Learn more about Playing with Heart and how important it is to talk to your doctor about your bad cholesterol. Visit playingwithheart.com for more information.
Ramos has been on base twice.
And so many of them have been just like this. So many of them. We talked about it today. I don't know if you saw the note in the Brewers game. The kid, Mizorowski, threw 57 pitches, 100 miles an hour plus today in one game. 57 times. Hit 100. Merrill Kelly barely hits 90.
Well, the one guy's a thrower. Obviously impressive because of the velocity he can throw. The other guy's a pitcher. And we get back to the same old saying, what is hitting, timing? What is pitching? It's upsetting the timing of the hitter. And that's what Merrill Kelly does beautifully. He can pitch.
There's almost nobody better at the way he does it than he is.
6 pitches, I should say 6 different types of movement that he'll throw in any pitch, any count, on both sides of the plate. That's a rough at bat. I mean, it's rough to time that guy. And for him to face the Giants in back-to-back starts, that favors him because he knows who's hot and who's not and where the soft spots are and where the hot spots are. And he can hit them. So, it was really interesting watching him and Bryce today because it was full-on advantage veteran. And you sense that there was a time that Elder was just kind of caught in between what he should look for and what he's swinging at, and he just wasn't comfortable. The fact that he got a walk in his third at bat, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And watching him grow, and you grow a little bit when you face a pitcher like Merrill Kelly. And I got to be honest with you, there aren't many guys like him left.
I mean, all that being said, with the way the Giants were swinging the bat, I felt pretty good about this game. But boy, was I ever wrong. Jeez.
Well, the defense kind of betrayed them a little bit in that 5th inning, and the Giants right now they need that defense strong, and that's just the way it went. So and they did not get through it in this one.
And if you think that things are going to change tomorrow night as